Alright, fair warning, this one is going to be a bit blue. There's no swearing in it, but it's off colour, near the knuckle and close to the bone. The knuckle bone, presumably. So if you're watching this because you enjoyed the one about the importance of good spelling, for instance, or the one decrying the decline in common courtesy, this might be a good time to stop watching. About now-ish. Alright? Still here? Right then. Necrophilia. Told you so. A stand-up comedian told me the other day that when he really wants to shock, necrophilia is his go-to taboo. Audiences for whom gags about paedophilia, incest and rape are old hat, who are finding all his Joseph Fritzl and Baby P material a bit stale, really perk up when he mentions the love that dare not, and for 50% of its practitioners cannot, speak its name. This seems very odd. No one's suggesting that a taste for humping corpses is something that looks good in a Lonely Hearts ad. Then again, it hardly needs to. But isn't it essentially harmless? Certainly compared to those other taboos, it seems like a victimless crime. Surely it makes no sense that people weirdly wanting to have sex with what are essentially inanimate objects should be deemed more horrific than their wanting to do it with other humans, or indeed animals, that aren't up for it. Is it just that people find necrophilia the most incomprehensible of sexual perversions? Deep down, maybe more of us than care to admit it can actually imagine the temptation of a sexy sheep to a lonely goat herd, tired of goats, a long way from human company. But the fact that it's easier to understand doesn't mean it's not worse to terrorize a sheep than violate a useless object. Once you're dead, the question of whether anyone has their wicked way with you seems like the least of your problems. Because really, you've only got one problem. And it's a biggie. What I'm saying then is let's get ourselves organised and end this taboo. Of course, no one should be allowed to get jiggy with a body the former inhabitant of which wouldn't have liked the idea, but there must be plenty of people like me whose attitude, once all the useful organs have been harvested, would be, well, I'm not using it, help yourself. So all it would take is an extra box to tick on the organ donor card. Once we've taken out your kidneys, liver and lungs and stuffed the resulting space with sawdust, do you or do you not have any objection to a couple of perverts having a go on you while you're fresh? Obviously, I would want it to be made very, very sure I was dead. But then, presumably, that would be one of the primary requirements of the necrophiliac as well. Otherwise, the magic goes out of the whole thing. Indeed, if I were to wake out of a deep coma, just as the terms of my will were being enthusiastically honoured, I wonder which of us would be the more dismayed. I'd like to think it would be me, but maybe that's just vanity.